talk about.
Let me talk to you.
Throwdown Nation, what is going on? We are live on a Wednesday evening. It is May 20th, 2026. We are rolling on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter/X, Facebook, and Twitch. It is episode 230 of The Throwdown, the community on the interwebs where we celebrate the art and sport of professional wrestling with a strong focus on the indies. I'm your host, Matt, and today is going to be a treat. We are throwing down with a wrestler based in a city literally steeped in wrestling history, the great city of Philadelphia. Welcome with me, the one and only Denim Dolphin, Julezee. How you doing?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this, but I pretty much look forward to all of these. This is just doing this show has really become one of my favorite things in life. So
No, it's really cool. I love podcasts. Podcasts are great. I just love talking with other podcasters. It's so much fun. I love your dog too. My God.
Oh, thank you, thank you. This is Lady.
Oh, so
Yes,
cute.
my wife calls her my Velcro dog.
Aw.
She pretty much hangs out with me.
Oh, it's so
So so for those of you watching live, let me direct your attention to the ticker that's running on the bottom of the screen. That contains all, or at least most, of Julezee's social media accounts, along with mine. So do us a favor, if you aren't following or subscribed, please take the time and go to each of the platforms and do so. It definitely helps both of us.
Yes.
And any questions or comments, just throw them in the chat, and we'll either handle them as we go or do a little Q&A at the end. So we'll go ahead and get started with the first and the most obvious question, and that is, how long have you been wrestling?
Okay. So I first started wrestling, I want to say it's been a year and a half ago. I want to say I think almost like a year and 7 months that I first started training. I started training in August of 2024.
Okay.
I train at Catchpoint. It's a school in Philadelphia, and for our school, we offer a 6-week program. And so I did the 6-week program just starting off because I was really interested in becoming a pro wrestler. And I did the 6 weeks, and then afterwards, I started training consistently every single week until I felt comfortable enough to really start like debuting on shows and felt ready enough to be in there to actually have a match, which was such a blessing. But yeah, only a year and some change. Next August will
Nice.
come up on, which is in only a couple months from now, maybe like 3 or 4, will come up on 2 years, which is very exciting. But yeah, only a year and some change.
Absolutely. So, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air. So, at Catchpoint, you're training under Drew Gulak. I believe Wheeler Yuta has some input there as well.
Yes.
Who else? What other trainers do you have at Catchpoint?
So we have a wide variety of trainers. So we would have Drew. Wheeler would come in on Mondays, since he's very intertwined with AEW now, especially in heavily used in storylines. It's
Right.
been a little bit less than usual, but he would still come through. We also have Tracy Williams, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Oh yes.
Very and great guy. Vita Von Star. We also have Nate Wallace. We also have Layla Hirsch. Layla Hirsch comes in on Wednesdays very consistently. She is such a great help. We also had for a period of time Kurt Robinson. Kurt Robinson was wrestling for about 10 years and go up and down the Northeast. Very great guy. And we would have those trainers come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we'd have a different trainer each day. Training different things, and we would have not only have American traditional training, sometimes we'll have very physical training, or let's just say like lucha based. We have lucha based in there. Striking was one of them that we also have. But for catch point, like there's many days of training, which is great thing to offer for a school because some schools will just be open maybe like a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's
Right.
it. But like our school is like open pretty much very consistently all the time, which is pretty sick. So yeah, those are some of my coaches that I have here at Catchpoint.
Absolutely. So, looking over at the Instagram chat, we've got a few people starting to filter in. We've got a future guest on the Throwdown. Thick Poppy CJ has rolled in. Smart Fit Method Lacosta has joined. And official Mr. Jason. This guy has a really unique musical thing that he does on social media.
Yeah.
If you haven't run across him, you need to check out official Mr. Jason because he is
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll be sure to check it out.
So, in the early stages of your wrestling training, what would you say was the most challenging aspect of professional wrestling for you to kind of wrap your mind and body around?
I would say, uh, um, I think since we watch maybe like on TV, we think a lot of things come a lot easier than what they may seem.
Yeah.
Um, Running the ropes was very weird. It was very weird because you'll see it and they do it so seamlessly. And
Yeah.
when you're
They
trying to
make
go
it
and do
look
it,
easy.
when you're trying to do it for the first time, you're like, this really hurts a lot. This feels uncomfortable. I don't know how anybody does this. Um, Especially when you're taking like getting slammed on the mat too.
Hmm.
It's something definitely worth adjusting. Like adjusting to is it's wild. Uh, in the beginning stages, I want to say like the first week, my back hurt so much. Like
Oh,
it
I'm
was just like
sure.
it was a lot of stiff pain. It was just like you just felt so stiff afterwards, and sometimes it goes in waves. Like especially during the week, like I'll kind of feel it where it's like, oh wow, my back really hurts, and sometimes it's like actually I feel okay, and then it just like goes back and forth, and that's how it's been for like the year I've been wrestling.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, did you come to professional wrestling with any other athletic or other type of martial arts background? Had you done other sports, anything like that before?
Yeah, I actually did. I did. So I played baseball all my life. I played baseball from I want to say it's about 4 all the way till I was 18. So every single year I played for like a league or I played for school, um, and that was like the thing that I always did. And it always just got me active and kept moving. And from 8 to 16, I like competed in boxing for a bit, and I did a lot of boxing training, like immediately going after school with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Very repetitively. Um,
Your audio is breaking up.
oh, is it breaking up?
Yeah.
Let me say. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably better now. No, now it sounds like it's breaking up again.
Here.
It's breaking up bad. You hearing me?
Yeah, it just feels. I think it's a little staticky.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, here we go. I think maybe, now you're just spinning. Well, hopefully he'll join us back in just a second here. Hopefully he'll join us back in just a second, and we can hopefully... here we go. No? It looks like we've lost him. Hopefully he will come back. I'm not sure what's going on. So it looks like he and I are messaging back and forth right now, trying to get him back on. If we don't manage to get him back on, we're just gonna, I guess, call it for the evening. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, as far as what's coming on the Throwdown, this next Tuesday, May 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific time, we've got episode 231 coming up, and our guest is a wrestler based in San Diego, California, and who is also the co-owner of Primal Pro Wrestling, the Playmaker, J2 Mattioli. And then next Wednesday, May 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we've got episode 232, and our guest is an Atlanta-based wrestler, the Rocker Terry Lawler. He is a true veteran of the Ring Wars, having started his career in 1989. So definitely looking forward to picking his brain and hearing his stories. So, waiting to see if Julezee is going to be able to make it back. Looks like, here we go. Hey!
Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see you and I can hear you.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Awesome. I'm so sorry.
Very good. Oh, no problem, man. So, you know, I've done enough of these that if something doesn't go a little sideways, it's not a live stream.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, awesome.
So anyway, so I'm presuming that simply because this has been the case with the majority of people I've had on the show, I'm presuming you've been at least a fan of professional wrestling the majority of your life. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes. Yep.
What would you say is your earliest wrestling related memory?
Um, I'd say it was in WrestleMania 25. This was for the ladder match. It was like CM Punk, Finley, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry. All of them were in the match, and it was my first time seeing wrestling. My dad had just like guess bought it, and my dad was the one who would always bring up wrestling all the time
Mm-hmm.
and would like make me watch it with him, and it was my favorite thing ever. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Um, just from like the body slamming and all the chaos, and especially for like a ladder match, I think that was like the perfect amount of chaos, especially for someone who hasn't seen wrestling before, to like open them
Right.
up and be like, oh, this is sick. I want to see a lot more of this. Um, there's one specific moment that I always tell everyone that like really got me hooked on it. It was when Kofi Kingston was climbing the ladder and he was scaling up the ladder and Mark Henry was right under it and he was like taking him off the ladder and he ended up climbing it like just him holding up the ladder by himself, not with it fully opened. And he ended up climbing it. Mark Henry moved the ladder, catch him in the world's strongest slam, and did it onto the ladder. And I thought that was so sick, so sick.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I don't know, that always burned in my brain every time I would think of like my earliest memory, and that's the stuff that makes you. That's a moment that makes you remember. That's a moment that like
Yep.
sticks with you, and that's
Yep.
what like wrestling is mainly about. Especially when you go
Yep.
out and you go to the shows.
Making moments.
Right, right, exactly. Making as many moments as humanly possible, and that was a moment that you know stuck with me for many years. So um, that is my first moment of wrestling that made me really enjoy it and fall in love with it. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So what was the first live show you went to as a fan?
The first live show, I believe, I was very young. I wouldn't say I might have. I was probably like right after that, like probably in like 2009. It was like a random episode of Raw. Um, I'll be honest with you, I really could not remember anything that happened from that show besides the main event. And it was Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. And I'm not sure if it was a dark match or not, but Kofi Kingston ended up losing, and I was distraught afterwards. I was so upset. I was so upset because I was such a Kofi
Yeah.
Kingston guy as a kid. So
Oh yeah.
I really wanted him to win, and he didn't, and I ended up crying afterwards. But can't say it didn't make me feel or whatever. Like can't
Exactly.
exactly can't say it
Exactly.
didn't make me feel. So they did their job.
You know, speaking of Kofi, I'm really interested to see what the next move is for him and Woods, since they have parted ways with the Fed.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm actually excited for them.
Yeah,
I think a change of scenery and kind of a refresh of everything could actually really be good for them.
yeah. I think so. I think that they have a change of scenery. Like I don't know from their experience or whatever, but I hope they sign somewhere that really is beneficial to them, or take as much time as they need, or go all over the indies and do a lot of different stuff that they may have not done before. Selfishly, I
Right.
say that as a person being on the indies and now a person that can wrestle, because Kofi Kingston, I'd really love to wrestle you. But now that that's like kind of like an option, it's like I really hope he does go to the indies. That would be really awesome.
Yep. 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 So, obviously the physical side of this is all extremely important. So tell us a bit about your gym routine, and in your mind, what would you say are the most crucial exercise or group of exercises for you to keep in ring shape with?
um, hmm. I would say having good cardio definitely helps. having a good cardio routine is very key, especially being in ring shape. Um, when I was doing a lot of boxing training, my dad used to make me run like various amount of miles. And so like obviously when you're like getting ready to like train or prep yourself, especially if you're going to go and do lifting or do anything like that, having a good amount of cardio with anything really helps you, especially in wrestling when you're going and wrestling 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That cardio is super important. Um, so I'd say for wrestlers and people who are aspiring to be wrestlers, that cardio, if you could do anything, if you could do anything, you might want to lift, you might want to do a lot of different things. That is also very important, but cardio is the most important one out of anything. Um, I think cardio helps a lot more, especially better, like a lot better than lifting, in my opinion. But that's because like I've been able to like go out there and actually have like pretty long matches and kind of be okay. So I'd say a lot of cardio, a lot of cardio, a lot of running.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So, away from wrestling, what are some of your other hobbies and interests? What do you like to do with whatever spare time you might have?
Yep. I said there was a long period of time where I have like a little bracelet making thing at my house. I'm currently not wearing any of them, which kind of makes me feel like a sham. But I would make like little bracelets like in my free time and have some fun like that. I really enjoy just like listening to various amount of music on my free time. That is like
Hmm.
my thing. I'm the person that kind of like listens to music out loud. Like in my house, I have like a little like Bluetooth speaker that I kind of just have with me a lot of the time. And so regardless if I'm like making food, like doing laundry, sweeping up the house, doing whatever, like having music being played with me while I'm doing all those activities really helps. I just love listening to music. I love listening to all different types of music. I think music is great. It's just like my little thing to like blow off steam. Even if I want to
Hmm.
like dance break in between or something, like really just have fun with that. I have like very like simple traditional like little hobbies that I like to do. I still like to be active also. Like if I enjoy hanging out with my friends. I enjoy like doing little sports here and there. Like if some friends want to like go play volleyball or anything like that, like that's a lot of stuff that I really still enjoy to this day. So yep.
Gotcha. So, we're mostly a wrestling related show, but we do dabble a little bit into pop culture. And
Yes.
I'm always looking for recommendations. So, by any chance, are you watching or listening to anything really cool right now? What's ringing your chime at the moment?
Hmm. At the moment, oh man, this is tough. Oh geez. Huh. This isn't very much like this. Kind of still has to do with wrestling, but I'm still gonna say it. I don't really care. There's this wrestling page. I forget what their name is, but they do a lot of series on going like deep diving into like old '90s Joshi
Hmm.
wrestling, and I love Joshi wrestling, and so they would have like literally like hour-long videos of just explaining like different title reigns of like Manami Toyota, Aja Kong, Bull Nakano, which I think is especially from someone who may have not like is just getting into wrestling, really going back and like learning like the different history of like Joshi, or they have a lot of different Japanese wrestling, sometimes even American traditional wrestling, and have hour-long videos just kind of explaining it. I think it's something that's really um, really cool, and I would recommend for anybody to go back and like just watch it because it's super informative, and it's also like super helpful to like just know some of their storylines and stuff, learn more about wrestling. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, as I said in the intro, you're from Philadelphia.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing about Philly?
My favorite thing about Philly, I love the diversity throughout of Philadelphia. There's so many um, different walks of life throughout Philly. I think it offers so much with different learning about different cultures, which is really cool. I love learning about different cultures. I love being surrounded by a whole bunch of different cultures, not only being surrounded by one different type, just like all different. I think it helps you learn a lot more about people, helps you keep your mind open. And I think Philadelphia is such a great space with that. It's also very spacious. Like if you see something like New York is a place that is very like everything's together and it's so busy. But for Philly, it's kind of spaced out. It's still busy, but it's spaced out. Like you have enough space to just like go and just chill and like not have everyone in your face all at the same time. Which I think anybody coming here and visiting, that's like a more refreshing thing for them. So,
Gotcha.
mhm.
So, they say that the best wrestling personas are usually pretty much yourself turned up to 11. So, kind of tell us about in ring Julezee. Tell us about the Denim Dolphin and kind of compare and contrast him with everyday you. And tell us the origin of the persona and how it's evolved over time.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a great question. Um, so for my character, it's definitely the same thing as me. Definitely turned up to 10. Like, um, for Julesy is very like just vocal and kind of in your face and just like bombastic and very hard hitting and very like very polarizing, which I love. I feel that in my everyday life sometimes, especially when there's people that may not know me or may just see me for the first time and they're just already kind of like, oh my God, like I take them aback, and I like to really put that in for Julesy because as wrestlers, we're kind of like we're seen as stars, we're seen as larger than life and bigger. And I think that was one of the things that I try to put in my everyday life that could really stand out. That if you were to
Yeah.
see me for the first time, you could be like, "Oh man, I don't remember anything else from that show, but I remember this kid with a blonde afro talking about he was a denim dolphin and doing dolphin moves." I remember that
Yeah.
guy, you know.
Yeah.
So just trying to do that, just trying to stay memorable. For a long time, I really enjoyed dolphins. They were like really cool animals, and my friends used to send me some dolphin memes, and would be like, "You remind me of this dolphin." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I do kind of feel like a dolphin sometimes." And so when I was trying to come up with something that could fit in my brain, fit for me, I was like, "Oh, what can I come up with?" Um, I ended up, being like, "Oh, what if I went down like a dolphin lane?" Like that feels
Yeah.
like me. That feels like something that the fans can be like, okay, I know who you are. I know what you are.
Yeah.
they can come up behind me. They could, see my point of view. And honestly, being able to like do it, like say it from that lens, has helped me a lot. It's has helped a lot of fans. Like even if they see me for the first time, be like, oh, I see what you are. Okay, cool. Like and really try to make them understand, or even sometimes, even if they don't, like they're still curious. They're still curious to know about me, which is really
Right.
awesome. Curiosity is a very good thing. So, I'm
Oh, for
glad.
sure.
Yeah, I'm glad fans are like really interested in that. So,
Yeah, you could even refer to yourself as the porpoise of pain.
exactly. I could. I'm like I could. A lot of oh my god, the dolphin puns I've got, I've gotten during my
Oh, I'm
time has
sure.
been has been very funny.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, tell us about your very first match. What was it like? How did it go? What were your thoughts? Let's hear about the numero uno, the very first time you stepped in a ring and did it.
So the first time it kind of counts as like a first and second. So
Okay.
for at the end of the 6 week course, we have like a student show, and they had me versus my opponent. His name is Damon. His name is Damon Anthony. He goes by the Instagram name the Spider, and he's going down the spider route. I've gone down a dolphin route, and we started off in wearing like karate gis, because I didn't know what I wanted to be. I was like, I'll figure it out. And then Drew was like, oh, you know what you should do? You know what would be really funny? You know what would be really cool? You were a karate man. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll try it. I'll try it. I'll see. And so we came out. He came out with the red gi. I came out with the blue gi, and it was bananas. We had like a singles match, like a little singles match, and it got broken up by this team called Citywide Street Gang. Um, and they challenged us to a match that night, and it was a tag team match. It was us against them, and it was honestly from what I remember, it was a really fun experience. I had fun. I don't really remember any moments of like feeling like, oh, I messed this up or whatever. I was just kind of going with the motions. Um, I realized, oh my god, it can get very exhausting in there very quickly, but like honestly, it was a lot of fun. Like I was just like, wow, I'm really in there, you know. Dad
Yep.
showed me a lot during those 6 weeks, and so I was just like ready to like kind of ready to use it as much as possible and just go in there and go and do it. And it was just fun to like finally just go in there and go and do it. And I was like, oh, okay, now this is how it feels to like be in a match, you know. I was like, oh, all right. Um, but yeah, it was a really fun experience. It was really good. I know some people are like, "Oh my god, it's horrible, it's terrible." And probably looking back, I'd probably be like, "Yeah, I probably looked horrible in there," but I had a great time. Like I had a
Hey,
great time. Yeah,
sometimes that's half the battle.
that is, yeah, that is. It really is. It really is.
So, so we've heard about the first one. Now, if you can narrow it down, tell us about your favorite match that you've been a part of.
Favorite match. Okay. So one of my matches that I had, I believe it's on YouTube. It was me at a for our school. We have so Catch Point. There's one in Philly, and they just
Mm-hmm.
opened one up in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down to Catch Point, Baltimore, because they had a student taping, and for a lot of different wrestlers, um, a part of just being in the wrestling industry is just getting as much experience as possible. So you can sharpen up your brain, sharpen up your skills, do whatever, but just know how it feels to be in those situations or moments. And so for me, I
Right.
went down to a taping because I was like, I really want to work on my skills. And it was me versus this guy's name is Angel Aviles, and he's a really talented kid. He's from New York. He trains at T2T Academy, and we we had known each other beforehand. He's a very arrogant guy. We had known each other beforehand, and we faced off for the first time, and it was a really fun, exciting match. And afterwards, you kind of get a feeling of like, oh, we worked very well. I'm like, we'll be doing this a lot. We'll probably be doing this a lot in the future, and every time it'll kind of be like, oh, like tit for tat kind of thing, which is
Yeah.
cool because when you feel like a certain synergy in there, especially when it comes to like
Mm-hmm.
competing against someone else, it's very exciting because then you go into the next match and you're like, oh, how can I one up them? How can I go and do this? How can I go and
Yep.
do that? And so it keeps the wheels turning, and it also like makes it very exciting for the fans to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very exciting for them because they know, oh, this match is coming. Like we're gonna be on our
Yeah.
toes. Um, so that's what I would say was my favorite match. I felt just afterwards. Obviously, I won the match, so I was like, yeah, favorite match. But
Yeah.
it was just great because I was just able to like really showcase myself in a singles lens. You know what I mean? Showcase myself. Um, for so long, it's just something that I like really just wanted the opportunity to do, and it's not just easily just given. It's just kind of like you really have to work hard to go and get it, and so I was just happy to like just go and get in that moment. So
Oh,
yeah,
for
that's what I
sure.
say
For
was
sure.
my favorite match.
Gotcha. So I know that you're currently in a tag team of sorts, Dolphin Funeral.
Yes, yes,
Tell us tell us about that. How did that come about?
yeah. So the person I'm teaming with, his name is Rulo, and he is the complete opposite of me in every sense of the word.
Okay.
And It actually, even if you go all the way back to like my Instagram, um, I just started just continuously just talking to him and bothering him, even after every match and whatever, and being like, "Oh my god, we should team together. We should team together. We should team together." And he persisted, didn't want anything to do with it, and so I just started going to promotions. And if I knew he was coming, or if I knew he was also going to be there, offer us up as a tag team and see if they take us. And a lot of the time they took us. And we put ourselves in crazy positions, and even to this day we're still putting ourselves in even crazier positions because of my mouth. In our first
Gotcha.
match, we had a match at Blitzkrieg, and it was against I want to say it was this team, Misery Inc. It was a really good team out here in like the Philly, New Jersey area, and Miracle Generation, who is like kind of known um, a lot in the Northeast. They're one of the best tag teams in the Northeast, and we showed up on that day. Uh, First time tagging, and we worked really well together. We worked really, really
Mhm.
well together. We just like blended really well. He has a contrasting style of just like he's a speedy um emo guy that loves to do a lot of lucha, and I'm like the big power like striking. And we ended up like really being like opposites attract in that moment. Um, and yeah, that's the story of kind of how me and Rulo kind of got together. Great dude.
Nice.
Very, very
Nice.
sad guy.
Yeah. So, you've been doing this long enough now that you've probably developed at least a few of these. So, what would you say is your biggest wrestling related pet peeve?
Oh, okay. Wrestling related pet peeve. Um,
I love
I
this question because it always makes people laugh.
yeah. From how I compete, I'm very I'm very physical guy,
Okay.
and I usually I usually don't really speak much. Like
Okay.
I'm just like you'll hear it as if like if I'm exerting from kind of throwing a kick or whatever, it's kind of what you'll hear. For some people, that's not always the case. I think one of my biggest ones is just um, right before somebody will hit a move, they'll say like a gotcha or like a stupid or like you're ugly, kick you, and it's like when that happened, I don't know if it's happened to me before, but it does make me angry watching it. So in
Mm-hmm.
the match, if you like kick me in the face and you say ugly and then kick me in the face, I'm gonna retaliate with something else even harder because
Right.
I cannot stand it. It's very annoying, and obviously a lot of wrestlers like doing it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, and that's why I just retaliate with something else because it annoys me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, do you have an all time favorite match as a fan? Is there a match that is just near and dear to your heart that you find yourself kind of circling back to?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'd say this one is technically kind of like a newer one, but I just really like how I love when matches like exceed expectations. I love when people don't really come into the match with being like they know maybe a match will be good or maybe the match on paper wouldn't look as good and it exceeds expectations because I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what makes it exciting. I'll have one that's kind of like a serious one, like well, it's yeah, it's a serious one, and then another one that's kind of like a jokey one. So for this one is from NXT. It's from I believe Takeover like Toronto, and it was Io Sky or Io Shirai at the time
Mm-hmm.
versus Candice
Yep.
LeRae. That is the match that I showed to anyone who wants to get into wrestling or just wants to watch a match from wrestling. It's such a clear story being told. They both were friends from a period of time. The other one turned
Yep.
on them and went very dark. Io Sky is a tremendous wrestler and still is to this day. And Candice LeRae really showed. like her heart, her fight, what even brought her to the dance in the first place. And
Mm-hmm.
it's such a clear story, so exciting all the way through, even to like the finish. That's a match that like could really tell a story, and such a great women's wrestling match. And I think a lot of people should watch it regardless of like what gender it is. Um, my second one, I really I love this match. It just made me think of it in the moment. Uh, I don't know if you remember, it's the we LC match where it was like Hornswoggle and 3MB versus
Yes.
Elter, and the yes, it's so good. It's so good, and it was such a match that like no one on paper was even looking forward to, even cared for. They were just like, oh, what are they about to come out and do? And it blew everything out the water. It was a barn burner for like no reason, and I
Yeah.
just like matches like that because I think people like even me like I can underestimate things, and I love when I'm just proven wrong and someone can prove me wrong or I prove someone else wrong. I that makes me very happy, and
Yeah.
I love when people can prove me wrong and show like that they work really hard and they can make something really cool and can create something, um, create a cool energy. That's
Yep.
what like brings people to wrestling, anyways. So
Yeah. Well, I will completely agree with you on Candice LeRae. I think she is one
yes,
of the most underrated female wrestlers in the
absolutely,
world.
absolutely.
And I don't feel like under the WWE system she has really gotten to show what she can do. Because I've seen some of her stuff on the indies, like some of her stuff over in PWG.
Yes.
I mean, my God. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know why they won't let her do her thing, but
Yeah.
it is what it
She,
is, I
I
guess.
would, I will never stop singing her praises. I think she has done great work, regardless, even if like her time is ever done with the WWE or if she continues to work there. I know what she has done in the past.
Right.
Regardless, even if
Yeah.
she does come back and she
Yeah.
decides to do another indie run, I think that would be super exciting. So,
Yeah. Yep. So, this is one of these questions that the answer can literally change minute to minute, hour to hour, day to
mhm.
day. But at this very moment, in your opinion, who are the best male and best female wrestlers in the world? Who's the best man and who's the best woman at this moment?
At this moment, okay. Ooh, this is a great question.
Thank you.
Um, I would say for male, Bandito.
Won't argue
Bandito
that.
is exceptional.
Yep.
There's like he can have any type of match and
Mm-hmm.
go for a very long time and it'd be great. Can do so many different things. I think that's what makes you the best wrestler in the world. You can do so many things. You can go for a very long time. You could go for a very short time. You have power, agility, technical ability, all those things. He can go out and do
Yeah.
it. And best woman is Io Sky, hands down. I think she just does great work. And no matter who she's in the ring with, she elevates them or they kind of go on her level. Um, she's been tremendous for such a long time, and especially from this last year going into this year, she is such an amazing worker. So I'd say those two are the best in the world.
Absolutely. So, and this can be past or present. Who would be a dream opponent? Who would the Denim Dolphin love to have the opportunity to share a ring with?
I would definitely say, Kofi Kingston is my one. He's
Yeah.
my one. Like that. That would that's my one. That I really want. Um, that's the one that is like most exciting in my brain. I just think he does um just amazing work for such a long time. Such a great guy, and he's influenced my wrestling a bunch.
Yeah.
I just enjoy watching him and seeing him work, and do things. Yeah,
I
I
love
think
the whole Kofi Mania thing and just how organically it happened, you
yeah,
know?
it. I think a lot of the time people will always root for someone where they see that there's heart, there's passion in there, and he's the biggest person for that. And no matter how long it took, he got his day at the end of the day, of him like receiving his flowers. And I think no matter what any of the noise is, no matter how many people can like pull you down from there, like you're still gonna end up getting to where you need to be because the people will end up responding and the people will end up coming up for you. And people see when someone is really putting in their hard work day in day out to go and entertain them or make them feel something. Um, and I just think he is just incredible. So I think he's definitely my one. Like as much as I would love to have dream matches with so many other people. Like he is just my one that it always will kind of stay.
Got you. Got you.
Mhm.
So, what is your favorite move? What is something you just really enjoy doing? And on the flip side of that, is there a move that you won't do or you would at least rather not do? And that can be giving or receiving.
Okay. My favorite move to do. My favorite move to do is the Angel's Wings.
Hmm.
Um, it is. Oh, I love getting people up for it, and then it's really cool because that was always a move that I kind of wanted to do as a kid.
Hmm.
I would see so many other people do it. I was a huge fan of Awesome Kong growing up, and
Hmm.
she did her move called the Implant Buster. However, she sat out with her knees,
Yeah.
and I was doing it for a bit, and I was like, I don't really know if I like it like this, and so I chose the option to sit out with it, and I love it. It's great, and every time I do it, the fans are always like, "Oh my god!" And that's the reaction I want them to have for it. Uh, so that is just my favorite to give people. Move that I don't like. It's very hmm. Maybe I would think I'm trying to think of like more like dangerous moves. Uh, maybe like I don't think I would be doing 630s anytime soon. I don't
Right.
think I'm that wrestler. Like I'll do a moonsault, like I'll do swantons all day, every day. That's cool with me. I love flying to the outside also, but 630s and like springboard 630s to the outside, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, unless I really go crazy at like a trampoline park. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Gotcha. So Ricochet, you're not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do not plan on taking the 630 from Ricochet anytime soon. Hopefully.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, you're a young guy, and so I mean, this may not really apply all that much, but I'll ask anyway. What hurts right now, uh, or should I ask what doesn't hurt? Maybe.
What doesn't hurt? What doesn't hurt is the question always and forever. Um, yeah, it's the knees when you don't stretch them, don't feel great. The shoulders when you're lifting people all day don't feel great.
Yep.
Um, the hips and the lower back. you know.
Yep.
But that's what just comes with it, and stretching is always very important. Always, it's so important. I can't stress it enough. It is very important. Um, so just trying to stretch as much as possible helps that a lot.
Gotcha. So, in the year and a half that you've been doing this, what would you say is the worst bump you have taken so far?
The worst bump. Oh, like it's weird because I've taken a lot of things, and there's not so many that I've been like, oh my God, that was absolutely horrible. Um, I think one time I took like a clothesline to like the throat, from one of my coaches in a match, and I was like, oh, that was tough. That doesn't necessarily count as a bump. I think one time I took like a uranagi that was just oh that was just like oh no breathe out. But that was like in practice, so
Mm-hmm.
nobody really got to see that. But man, it was not the greatest thing to take ever. It's usually those big bumps um, that are usually like spine busters are fine, but like if you think of
Yeah.
like a great Kali like Kaloss or like not the
Oh,
Kaloss,
yeah.
kind of like the choke slam from the top where it's like a
Yeah.
really big height. A lot of wrestlers like if you don't breathe out, it can be really bad because you lose all your air. But if you do breathe out in time, it's fine, I think. But some people it's very different. So that's all I know from what I've taken. I'm lucky enough that I haven't had anything that's like, oh my god, that was super terrible. So,
Gotcha. So, knowing everything you know at this point in your life, and I'll repeat again, you're still a very young guy, but if you could give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
um, if I could give any advice to my younger self, I would probably, I would say, um, I'd probably say just continue just to be yourself as much as you can, and
Mm-hmm.
soul search for so many other things that might not be in your wheelhouse and try to just seek more things out a lot more. Just keep on seeking and keep on going. Um, I would also say take wrestling courses in like in middle school or high school, or see if they have a wrestling school. And um, if you don't like something, be more honest with it and transition in what you really want to do. Um,
Gotcha.
but I would just say take more wrestling courses when you were younger, because I love like the technical aspect of wrestling. I didn't have a wrestling background going into wrestling, and I know like if I was to, it would help a lot. Um, but I'm kind of learning it now, so that's all fine. It's all fine and cool, but it definitely would have helped if I would have had one coming into wrestling. So.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So, do you have any pre show traditions? Any things that you try to do consistently before you walk through the curtain?
Um, I so this one's gonna be like a little goofy, but I make like this noise of like a to kind of like release any like nervousness or anything. Um, a lot of wrestlers have different other things where they just like walk in circles and like you can't like some wrestlers don't like people talking to them, so they'll just like kind of like walk in circles and just like prepare themselves and be ready. I've seen a lot of different regimens of like how people get ready before a match, and it's it's spooky.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think I just breathe out my teeth so I can just
Hmm.
like release because it feels like I'm releasing pressure. To like going performing in front of anyone is can kind of be a little nerve wracking for some people. Um, for me, it comes like pretty chill. Like it's not anything too scary. Um, I just think, I just want to perform the best as possible. So I think that's just the nervousness come in. Like people, I'll be like, oh, I'll be in front of people all day. But I think it's just like performing well and doing a good job is like the more important thing to me. So I think like the breathing out the teeth method helps me a lot. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
So, just kind of a quick rundown. Tell us about your gear bag. What all do you carry in your gear, and do you carry anything unique or unusual?
Um, I carry a lot in my gear bag. I'm an overpacker. So
Okay.
I have my gear, knee pads, all my merch that might want to sell. So that's like shirts, 8x10s, all that other good stuff. I have hair ties, bracelets, um, my sunglasses that I usually wear out to the ring, or just like have just in case. I have a change in underwear. I have a change in regular clothes that I want to wear outside of it. Um, I have different types of like curling cream for like my hair. Sometimes spray bottles. And then I'll have like my different bandanas and just a lot of different stuff. And it changes a lot depending on where I'm going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So tell us about sticker time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a very unusual thing. I think people will be like, especially when you might have not seen me before, and you're like, "What is all that about?" So for a period of time in my life, I used to just put stickers on everything, and I was
Hmm.
like, "This is something that I just did because that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
It's like I like stickers and I enjoy them. It's a very unusual thing for a lot of people. So I just kind of was just like putting stickers on everything. And I was wrestling a match, or I was about to go out for a match, and I was like, I don't know if the fans will like me, and I hope they do. So this was like a fun crowd. This is like a lot of like non-wrestling crowd. So I was like, let me try to like have some fun. Let's try something out. Let's go crazy. And so I pulled out like my sticker book, and as I'm walking out the ring, I was just like handing out stickers to people and doing it all slow and like playing with them and giving them a sticker. And the fans went crazy, stupid. And I was like, oh my lord. And so I started doing it in the ring, and they went even more crazy for it. And I was like, this is nuts. This is nuts. Um, and I knew it worked when I was like, a promoter was watching me do all that, and they were like, "You should bring that to my show." And I was like, "Okay." And so I like brought it to their show, and ended up really going over well, and it was really fun. And so I just started doing it and doing it a lot more, and it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it is fun. I really enjoy doing it. Sometimes I love like playing with my opponents with it. Um, like I do love wrestling though. I love giving like a physical aspect and actually like competing in the ring. So as much as I love to give stickers out, I do love to be a competitor. Um, but yeah, it could be a really fun time, and especially if you've never seen me before and you're like, why is this guy who wears denim have stickers and stickering people, and why do I like it? And why do I like it in this moment? Um, so honestly, it's just another quirk to me and what I do as just like a as a wrestler, and another layer to me.
Hmm.
It's just something of just like I really enjoy this. Um, and it's just something that when you really enjoy something, you just kind of like you incorporate it every day. It's like
Yep.
very human thing. So I think that's another human thing that I like to like throw in my character. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, something
yes.
that we've done in all of these that's just been kind of fun is we've let the current guest ask a question for the next guest. So
Okay.
my previous guest is actually a wrestler out in the Los Angeles area in California,
Mm.
by the name of Danny Devine. And Danny is also the co-owner of Millennium Pro Wrestling out there.
Oh, yes.
And so the question that Danny posed is, if you were wrestling what you knew was going to be your last match, who would you want to have in the audience?
Oh, having an audience. Um, I've been. Well, all of my family would be really cool. Um, I think just like, it's so cliche. It's family and friends. It really is. It's family and friends, and the people in wrestling that I really enjoy. That like just like people that just like had my back and have really been cool and sweet to me, and have moments where we can crack up and have a good time. I enjoy those moments a lot. I enjoy those people. So I would love for them to be there just to kind of be like a swan song or whatever. And just like have all my people there in the same space and just, you know, have a good time. So
Gotcha.
it's like that's a good question.
So, since this is part of a series, do you have a question you would like to ask the next guest?
Yeah, sure.
What you
Um,
got?
I would say, hmm, let me think. Oh Lord, this is so. I want to make it good because that was a really good question. Um, hmm.
If you can't think of anything, you can always DM me with something later. So, I mean,
Okay.
don't feel like you're totally on the spot.
I'm like, oh Lord. I think I'll DM you later. I'll DM you later. I'll let it cook
Okay.
in the brain for a little bit.
Absolutely. So, during his farewell tour, John Cena kept bringing up the concept of leaving wrestling better than he found it. And that idea really resonated with me, so I've kind of added that to my repertoire of questions. So, in your mind, what are you trying to do to leave wrestling ultimately someday better than you found it?
This is a very great question. Um, I think for me personally, um, there has been, which is there has been a real lack to queer wrestling in general, in just wrestling period, and a lot of queer wrestlers that are on TV and just like um, performing and doing things. And there's a lot of people that I've seen just like around the indies doing things, and I think they're an important part of wrestling, and that's also a facet of wrestling that just kind of is kind of left on the back burner, and not by anyone's like fault or whatever, but I think just having it grow and having more representation for it in different avenues. Sometimes people can be like, "Oh, this is the way that a queer wrestler can act and a queer wrestler can perform," and it's not true because there's very different forms of it in all different types of wrestling, and I think I want to represent it in a very good way, and represent it and show that they can actually compete, that they can actually be very great performers. Um, and sometimes I feel like there's a bit of a stigma with it. So just kind of like break that off. So I would say just trying to show more great representation with it and show that they can be great performers and um, yeah, just do that. That's something that's really near dear in my heart. So
Gotcha. So we're pretty much at the end of things now. So I want to give you just an opportunity here to kind of put yourself over. So do you have any upcoming shows or anything at all that you'd like to give some hype to?
yes, I do. So I have an upcoming show for this Saturday at ETU. ETU is a promotion that's been running out of the Mecca, New Jersey for a good significant amount of time now. I want to say like maybe like 5 or 6 years. It might be even more than that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm in their Show Me series, which is like a series where they bring in four new wrestlers to the ETU crowd and just kind of showing off their skills and showing off their ability. And I'm super excited for an opportunity like that. It's an opportunity that I'm just like been clamoring for. So I like get to do that, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. So ETU is that Saturday, and then the weekend afterwards, I have a match at Power Pro Lucha for their Prodigy Cup. They had a Prodigy Cup tournament earlier in the year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it past the first round, which really sucked in the moment. But I do have an opportunity to go and win the Prodigy Cup, and that has been my goal to win that Prodigy Cup. Because I think the Prodigy Cup is a really important just title to have, and I want to wear the title. I really want it that bad. I feel like what I've been able to do for a person that's only been a year and some change in has been really great, and the amount of work that I've been able to put out of it, especially from being a year and so in, has been, in my opinion, has been great. So I just want to be able to, write that out and really show myself. And that Sunday, I have a tag match for Labor of Love. Hasn't been announced yet, but it should be announced in the next coming days. Labor of Love is a promotion out in Philly. A lot of these promotions are out in Philly and New Jersey. So if you are in the Philly, New Jersey area, please go check it out. But yeah, I have a tag match coming up. I can't say who the opponents are yet because it has not been announced. But it is a tag match with me and my tag partner, Rula, in Dolphin.
Nice, nice. Well, as far as what we've got coming up on the Throwdown, this coming Tuesday, May 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is actually 4 p.m. Pacific time, we've got episode 231, and our guest is a wrestler based in San Diego, California, and also a part owner of Primal Pro Wrestling, the playmaker J2 Mattioli. And then the next day, Wednesday, May 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we've got episode 232, and our guest is actually an Atlanta-based wrestler, the Rocker Terry Lawler. And this guy is a true veteran of the ring wars, having started his career back in 1989, and he is 57 years old and still going strong on the indies. And it looks like we've lost Julezee, but for those of you that have been watching live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on replays and such, thank you for that. If you like what we've got going here, definitely do the old like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next Tuesday with J2 Mattioli, be good to each other, love each other, and let's keep throwing down.